What really happened to Spider-Man's Uncle Ben in the MCU? Well, we may have finally gotten the answer. Hugh Jackman has basically confirmed his return in Avengers Doomsday. And now, some crazy plot leaks for the movie are making their way online. A Reddit user claims they got access to a bunch of Avengers Doomsday plot details and descriptions after a Russian Telegram group supposedly hacked around 500 to 5,000 leaked production images from the movie. So, without wasting any time, let's break it all down. First, according to the leaks, Pepper Potts is going to appear in the movie. One leaked image description shows Pepper talking to a man in a suit. Now, some fans think the person inside that suit could actually be Dr. Doom, especially since Doom is rumored to look similar to Tony Stark. Maybe he's trying to emotionally manipulate Pepper. Or this could simply be a flashback scene between Tony Stark and Pepper that we've never seen before. The next big detail says Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to fight Wolverine. Apparently, the X-Men universe and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man universe are going to collide with each other. Wolverine is carrying a device that he plans to place down before sacrificing himself. Recently, we even saw leaked photos of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine together, where Wolverine was holding some kind of device. At this point, we've heard so many rumors about these two characters fighting that it's honestly not even a surprise anymore. And according to the leaks, this fight is actually going to happen near the beginning of the movie. The X-Men universe is supposedly attacking the Raimi universe because both worlds are colliding and they're trying to stop an incursion before their own universe gets destroyed. Another leaked detail makes this sound even more believable. The description says Tobey is wearing a mocap suit. Hugh Jackman is in full Wolverine costume, and both of them are fighting on a rainy construction bridge. Wolverine has a black briefcase-like device, and Tobey is trying to take it from him. Without a doubt, this sounds exactly like the leaked set photos fans have already been talking about online. The device Wolverine is carrying was supposedly created by Beast and Professor X, and it's powerful enough to destroy Tobey Maguire's entire universe with one massive explosion. But don't worry, neither Spider-Man nor Wolverine dies. According to the leaks, right before the explosion happens, the TVA steps in and takes both of them back to TVA headquarters. Another weird but funny scene mentioned in the leaks involves Deadpool and Reed Richards. Apparently, they recreate the famous Spider-Man pointing meme together. Why? Nobody really knows, because they aren't even variants of each other. This scene is also supposed to happen inside the X-Mansion, which is rumored to be one of the movie's biggest locations. Gambit versus Shang-Chi, Avengers versus X-Men, and multiple huge interactions are all expected to happen there. The leaks also explain why Dr. Doom showed up at the Fantastic Four's house in the Fantastic Four First Steps post-credit scene. According to the story, Reed and Johnny went out to watch a baseball game. When they return to the Baxter building in their Fantastic car, they find Doom talking to Sue Storm inside the house, leaving them confused. Now here's the really interesting part. This baseball scene was actually supposed to happen in Fantastic Four First Steps. Reed and Johnny would be enjoying the game, then the camera would slowly pan over and reveal Steve Rogers sitting right next to them. And we all know how much Steve Rogers loves baseball. But now it looks like that scene might instead be addressed in Avengers Doomsday. According to the draft, Victor Von Doom is actually an old friend of Reed and Sue. They've known each other for years, and the Fantastic Four fully trust him. They believe Doom would never betray them, which is pretty surprising because in the comics, Reed and Doom usually have a very intense rivalry, but it seems like the MCU may turn that into more of a friendly relationship at first. Dr. Doom also comes from the Fantastic Four's universe. The Fantastic Four are supposedly bringing both Doom and Steve Rogers with them to Earth, 616 aboard their ship, the same scene many fans believe was teased in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Together, they try solving the incursion problem. But obviously, Doom is still the villain of the movie, so betrayal is definitely coming. The leaks claim Doom's family died because of Steve Rogers, and now Doom wants revenge. He's supposedly going to kill Steve's son and take Reed's family away from him too. And speaking of leaks, Wolverine is a huge part of all of this. Even though Hugh Jackman still hasn't officially been confirmed for Avengers Doomsday, he recently gave a very suspicious interview response when someone asked if he would appear in the movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, what is it? Dooms what? Who knows?
His reaction and smile made fans instantly think he was hiding something. There's just no way he didn't know the movie's name. If he really wasn't involved, he could have simply said no. Instead, he acted overly confused, kind of like how Andrew Garfield kept denying Spider-Man No Way Home before release. So yeah, fans are convinced Wolverine is absolutely returning. And honestly, The movie opening with Wolverine versus Spider-Man would be insane. Now let's talk about Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Uncle Ben. It's officially been 10 years since Captain America Civil War, and during a recent interview, director Joe Russo revealed something huge. MCU Peter Parker was not responsible for Uncle Ben's death. According to Russo, if Peter blamed himself for Uncle Ben's death, then MCU Spider-Man would have turned out completely different. Unlike Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, who both carried guilt over Uncle Ben's death, Tom Holland's Peter doesn't. And that changes his entire origin story. In the comics, Peter becomes Spider-Man because he feels responsible for Uncle Ben dying. That guilt pushes him to become a hero. But the MCU changed that story. Instead, Aunt May's death in No Way Home becomes Peter's true emotional turning point. That's why Spider-Man Brand New Day could show us a much darker and more mature Peter Parker. For Tobey and Andrew, Uncle Ben was the most important figure in their Spider-Man journey. For Tom Holland, it was Aunt May. And because of this reveal, one very old fan theory now feels almost confirmed. Many fans believe Uncle Ben actually died during the Battle of New York in the Avengers. During the Chitauri invasion, countless civilians died while the Avengers fought to save the city. According to the theory, Ben Parker may have been one of those victims, meaning the Avengers themselves indirectly caused Uncle Ben's death. Then, during the events of Civil War, Tony Stark may have looked through records of people who died during Avengers battles and found the name Benjamin Parker. Tony probably investigated further, discovered Peter Parker secretly protecting New York as Spider-Man, and slowly became a mentor and father figure for him out of guilt. And honestly, when you look back at the MCU, Peter and Tony's bond suddenly makes even more sense. When Tony Stark died, Peter Parker was completely broken. So according to this theory, Uncle Ben died during the events of the Avengers. But what do you think about this theory?